What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. We're live. So this story broke Friday. First, I gotta say, I'm surprised the college admission scandal did not play a larger part in the election, given that Bernie Sanders, one of his big parts of his platform is free college, or at least tuition-free college. I was hoping that there would be some type of a conversation regarding this particular issue, but it has kind of come and gone. So either way, yesterday or Friday was sentencing day for Lori Loughlin, the Full House star, where she's most notably known from. Her and her husband were, they pled guilty. They took a plea deal to serve 5 months and 2 months respectively for their role in helping their daughters get into USC. Now, I'm just going to give you guys a brief overview real quick of the story. I got a couple of videos, and then we're going to talk about it. So Lori Loughlin was sentenced to 2 months in federal prison on Friday for her role in the college admission scandal. Loughlin will also serve 2 years of supervised release, during which she must perform 100 hours of community service and pay a fine of $150,000, according to the district attorney of Massachusetts. She was sentenced just hours after Giannulli, who received 5 months in prison, a $250,000 fine, 2 years of supervised release, and 250 hours of community service. Both must surrender to the U.S. Bureau of Prisons before 9 o'clock on November the 19th. Now, I actually attended a rally yesterday for fair sentencing in prisons here in Oklahoma, which is just so ironic because when you think of the sentences that these people are going to get for their involvement in something like this, there are over 50 different people who were involved in this, parents from actresses to hedge fund managers, all sorts of characters who paid various amounts to get their kids into college. But this isn't just what you would think in regards to, wealth, being wealthy and just having some kind of privilege. Hey, I can, get a building, put a building up and get my kid into school. This is far beyond that. This is parents going out of their way to falsify entire dossiers, entire resumes for their kids. And that is what these two are alleged to have done. In court, she stated, I went along with the plan. Let me give you, there you go. I went along with the plan to give my daughters an unfair advantage in the college admissions process, Loughlin said during her virtual sentencing hearing. In doing so, I ignored my intuition and allowed myself to be swayed from my moral compass. Come on. I thought I was acting out of love for my children, but in reality, it only undermined and diminished my daughter's abilities and accomplishments, which apparently aren't that significant. I mean, well, not gonna lie. See, this is the other thing. Let's go to the first video. This is one of the things that really made this story kind of take off. Obviously, college admissions is a big deal. This is something that people pay a lot of money to get their kids into. People try really hard. They're trying to get test scores. They're trying to do extracurriculars and all of that. But then you have somebody who pays to get their way in. But then this video surfaces of their daughter, Olivia Jade, who is apparently a famous YouTuber and model and Instagram star and all these things, saying that she doesn't really care about college that much. So let's let her tell it in her own words.
And then the whole college thing, yep, I'm going. I'm living in a dorm with a roommate who's so sweet. With work, it's going to be hard.
Oh, my apologies. I see that you couldn't hear that. I'm on it, people. All right, how's that?
And then the whole college thing, yep, I'm going. I'm living in a dorm with a roommate who's so sweet. With work, it's going to be hard. Like my first week of school, I'm leaving to go to Fiji for work. And then I'll be in New York a bunch this year for work and traveling to a different country because I'm creating something with this country and that's for work. So I don't know how much of school I'm going to attend, but I'm going to go in and talk to my deans and everyone and hope that I can try and balance it all. But I do want the experience of like game days, partying. I don't really care about school, as you guys all know.
She doesn't really care about school. It's weird because her parents really, really care about it. I mean, so much so that they've spent $500,000 and they're going to go spend some prison time because they wanted her to get to USC, which, by the way, she and her sister no longer attend because obviously the media chasing you around campus might make it a little bit difficult, and then video like this surfaces saying that you don't really care about it anyway. So no real reason for her to be there. Like I said, she's already doing pretty well on YouTube. She's already clearly has a nice career path laid out for her, if this hasn't destroyed it. So there's no real reason for her to be there other than for her parents to say, look, my kid goes to USC, look at me. And that's kind of like the most disgusting part about it, because these are people who don't really need to do this. You know what I mean? Most people go to school because they're trying to elevate their life. They're trying to get themselves into a better position. They're trying to open up some additional opportunities. This is a girl who already knows what she wants to do. She's already doing it. And she's in a financial position where she's going to be okay. She can take time off to figure it out. If she can do her modeling thing for a couple of years, if it doesn't work out, she can go back to school later on. She'll be fine. She'll be fine. But her parents want to make sure she really had that leg up, man, just in case things don't work out. So here we have U.S. District Judge Nathan Gorton. He told her about what she describes as her fairy tale life. Yet you stand before me a convicted felon, and for what? For the inexplicable desire to grab more, Gorton said. To have whatever prestige and instant gratification that comes with being able to show off the admission of your daughters to a preferred university. Earlier that day, Gorton told Giannulli that he certainly did know better. You were not stealing bread to feed your family, Gorton said. You have no excuse for your crime, and that makes it all the more blameworthy. This is nuts, man. By the way, Felicity Huffman, I believe she's like Desperate Housewives. I don't watch these shows. I don't know. But she was sentenced previously. She was one of the first people came out and said she didn't do it, or that she did do it. She actually admitted guilt. Loughlin and her husband kind of said, oh, no, we're going to try to plead innocent. They didn't take this plea deal initially. And then after they realized that there might be serving some real prison time, like up to 20 years, they decided to come back and take the plea. I thought you don't get to take the plea twice, but apparently, I guess you can. Who knew? Different justice system. My apologies. But Huffman served 2 weeks, so that's not bad. And again, like I said, I was at a prison sentencing reform yesterday, talking about people who've sentenced for over 100 years, and these people are going to get 5 months. Huffman does 2 weeks. They got to pay a fine. But I think they're going to be okay. I mean, I guess the net worth of Loughlin and her husband is like $80+ million. Her husband is some big time fashion designer. I guess he designs all the clothes for Walmart. So I think he's going to be okay with the couple $100,000 fine. Clearly, he paid $500,000 to get his daughters into college. So what's a fine? We have this second video. Let me tell you what this video is first. This is I don't know what this is. Oh, here it is. The second video is, plot twist. Plot twist. Here we go.
Who served 11 days after pleading guilty, Loughlin, a first-time offender, is likely to be sentenced to stay in a similar minimum security camp with dormitory housing. Prison consultant Jennifer Myers, who once went to jail herself, now prepares other first-time offenders and says it'll be a hard transition for the star.
Prison is not a comfortable place to be. Prison is barren. Should be going in.
Sorry, guys, wrong clip. An about face in May, when they accepted a plea deal they previously rejected. The two accused of paying a...
Also wrong clip. Hold on. Well, whatever. I'll just tell you what it is. Basically, because of the pandemic, they actually may not have to serve any prison time. If they can kind of convince the judge that there are health risks due to the pandemic, they may not have to actually go into prison at all. So there's a possibility that despite all of this and the uproar and the 50+ co-conspirators and everything, they're going to be okay. The reporter says it's not likely, but you just never know with these kinds of things. And then here, I want to show you guys, this is the fake profile that was created. And again, this is not merely, they bought a building and they put their name on it and that was how they got their kid into school. This is far more sinister. This is someone saying, okay, we didn't get in. It's too late to buy a building. How else can I get my kid in? Oh, there's a guy who can lie and say that you were recruited to play a sport that you don't play at all. and we're going to get you recruited as an athlete. So some other kid who's been working their tail off for the last 4 years, doing practices and going to games and all of this, like actually doing the sport. Yeah, that kid's not going to get recruited because their spot's going to someone else who's paying to get in.
New court filing, prosecutors released this student profile for Olivia Jade with certain information blacked out. The document claims she was a champion member of a rowing team and lists a number of awards, including 2 gold medals.
Can I just stop right there? When I hear people lie on their resumes, I am under the impression that people lie like, oh, it said I was a junior rep, but I was really, or I said I was a senior rep, but I was really a junior rep, or it says I was I was a customer service, but I said I was in marketing. She was a champion rower, not just participated on the team. She's a champion. And they're going to go on to list all of the different competitions, the specific competitions that she was in and where she placed.
At the San Diego Crew Classic, a 4th place finish at the head of the Lagoon Foster City, and other competitions dating back to 2014. The court filing does not allege the then high schooler drafted the document herself, but prosecutors say Olivia Jade never participated in Crew, and that it was all part of an elaborate scheme to get her into USC. Olivia Jade's...
So that's what you got to do, if you don't get the grades and you don't have... well, I'm sorry. I'm talking to regular people. If you could buy the building, you'd probably just buy the building, right? You wouldn't cheat, because this is going to cost you. This is going to cost you some jail time. And, again, keep this all in proper frame. The kid doesn't care about school at all. This is just for the parents. Like, this is all this thing is about. They could have, the kid could have just told the parents, look, I don't really care about college. I don't really want to go. I know you want me to go to USC. We can do this later on. No, you got to go. I'm paying for you to get in because this is going to look cool when I talk to my friends. That's what this thing is about. This is disgusting. So there it is, man. Lori Loughlin may or may not actually have to go to prison, but she has been sentenced. Her and her husband sentenced a total of 7 months, 5 and 2 respectively, for their role in the college admissions scandal, cheating their daughter's way into USC as crew athletes. So just know that if you worked really hard to get in the crew or to be on the team, and you did those practices and you put those hours in, there's still a chance that your coach doesn't really care about you that much, and he's willing to sell you out. He or she is willing to sell you out to make a couple coins. So that's the world we live in. Just a reminder, work hard. Hopefully that's good enough for you. It might not be, but that's okay. People will do anything to take whatever they want. So fend for yourself. So with that said, I'm going to get out of here. Like I said, there's not going to be another video today. I have a really busy day, so I will be back tomorrow with regular content. I'm just trying to keep it coming. Thank you guys for dropping in. I will see you guys soon once I can close this stream out.